Hey, Puppy Trades, wanted to do a video analysis update on stocks in the healthcare sector, like Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Novavax, and Inovio Pharmaceuticals. So we're going to start with Pfizer in the longest term. We're going to see that it completes a large wave 1, an ABC correction puts in a wave 2, and then a large wave 1, and then a wave 2 is put in with the March low. So I believe this is a long-term LA wave nest. You take the beginning of wave 1 with the high of wave 1 and the low of wave 2. We have really nice reactions on the median of this pitchfork, and now we have really nice reactions on the lower bound of this pitchfork. So the strategy is that you buy the lower bound and you sell the median. And because this is an Elliott wave 1 and Elliott wave 2, you're going to conservatively expect that the median of this pitchfork will be reached. And because this is an Elliott wave 1 and an Elliott wave 2, you're going to expect that conservatively the length of wave 1 placed at the wave 2 low will be reached because wave 3 is actually 1.618 times the length of wave 1. So wave 3 is longer than wave 1. It's more than 1.5 times longer than wave 1. So just taking the length of wave 1 and placing it at the wave 2 low, if your wave 3 is correct, will get you a conservative target of 62 in the longer term. So I believe in 2021, we're going to see the 62 target be reached, I think, in the next 6 months. And I'll explain why in the shorter term. Most importantly, this is a large long-term base. I think personally, wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, wave 2, that's a large Elliott wave nest. From a classical trader, you're probably going to call this a cup and handle pattern. By the way, you're expecting a wave 3 of wave 3, a wave 4, and then a wave 5 higher. I personally think this is a really nice long-term opportunity for myself. Obviously this is not investment advice, but we'll talk about how Pfizer in the shorter term is also a pretty interesting setup. Because if we look at the 1-year chart, we also have a pretty interesting Elliott wave nest. But first, I need to set up this pitchfork first. So we have a wave 1 from the March low. Then we put in a wave 2. And then we have another wave 1. And we put in another wave 2. So that's also a nest. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2. You take the beginning of wave 1 and the high of wave 1 and the low of wave 2. And you have a really nice Andrews pitchfork. So we're going to expect the wave 3 target will be reached at this median. So we take the beginning of wave 1, the high of wave 1, and the low of wave 2. Really nice reactions on the median. Really nice reactions on the lower bound. And then it goes from the lower bound to the median, from the lower bound to the median. And then right now from the lower bound back to the median is going to be a really nice setup in and of itself. So this whole projection we're going to say is invalidated if Pfizer ever closes below 34.60. So I believe conservatively in the second half of 2021 we're going to see 62 be reached. But also, I think this is a pretty interesting shorter term setup. And if you take the 1.618 extension of the wave 1 from the March low, that's going to give you your wave 3 target. So you take the low from March and the high that was made in April for our wave 1. We can see that 39.22 was the high and the low was 27.88. So then for wave 3, the 1.618 extension of wave 1 is your wave 3 target. And that's also going to give us right where this wave 1 equal X target was for wave 3. So 57, I believe, is going to be reached in the next 6 months. So the target zone is 62 to 57, and that will be invalidated if we break below 34 and close below 34. Johnson & Johnson is a very similar setup in the medium term. And as we say, birds of a feather flock together. So it completes an ABC correction from the March sell-off, then completes a wave 1 higher, completes an ABC correction, puts in a wave 2, And also, it forms a really nice bull flag where we have a bull flag leg 1, sideways consolidation into a flag for 6 months. And we have declining volume confirming this is all bullish consolidation. And then we have a large volume spike right here to help us time the bull flag breakout. So what you do is you can help combine this with wave theory. So you have a bull flag for wave 1, consolidate sideways into your ABC correction wave 2 with declining volume confirming bullish consolidation. And then your conservative wave 3 target is your bull flag equal legs target placed at this low. So the target is 181. I believe in the next 4 to 6 months, I think aggressively in the next 3 months, we're going to see 181 be reached for Johnson & Johnson. And that is conservative because that is the length of wave 1 placed at the wave 2 low. And that is conservative because wave 3 is the 1.618 time or 1.618 extension of wave 1. So wave 3 is longer than wave 1. So the conservative target for wave 3 is 181. We have our bull flag with declining volume confirming flagging consolidation. And then we have our volume spike giving us our breakout. We take the beginning of wave 1 with the high of wave 1 and the low of wave 2. We have really nice reactions on the median. And now we are going to head back to the median. This will be invalidated if Johnson & Johnson is ever below 142. I think for this trade, the theoretical stop loss, this is not investment advice, would be 145. So if Johnson & Johnson is above 143, 145, I expect it to head to the median of this pitchfork and to the bull flag equal legs target of 181 in the next 3 to 4 months. And it's going to move with Pfizer as well. I think Pfizer is more of a better longer term opportunity. Johnson & Johnson is more of a swing trade setup, in my opinion. So you have wave 1, an ABC correction, wave 2, and then Johnson & Johnson is going to go to the bull flag target and the conservative wave 3 target of 181, and it's also going to go back to this pitchfork's median. We look at Novavax. We have a wave 1, an ABC correction, wave 2. We have really nice reactions on the median of this pitchfork. So when I look for reactions on a pitchfork, I'm particularly looking for the high and low of a candle to really make a reaction and then either see it act as a magnet and resistance. So we see right here, the median acts as a magnet. I really like this candle, how the high of the day perfectly tags the median. And then we are going to see that Novavax is now heading back to the median. And we also combine this with our wave theory because if, from a pitchfork perspective, there's an 80% chance the median is going to be reached. But since wave 3 is the most powerful wave, a lot of times the upper bound is reached. So, a lot of times conservatively for wave 3, the median is actually conservative too. So the equal legs target and the median can also be very reliable to be used together. So you take the beginning of wave 1 with the high of wave 1 and the low of wave 2, and you take the length of that move and you place it at the wave 2 low, and that's going to conservatively give you a target of 258. This was a 5-month move because wave 3 is more powerful. I think in the next 4 to 5 months, we're going to see Novavax swing all the way to 258. It is going to go back to the median of this pitchfork, and we have our wave 1, our ABC correction with declining volume confirming consolidation. We put in this low, so I believe we go wave 1, ABC, wave 2, and we are going to go higher into our wave 3. And the conservative target is the length of wave 1 placed at the wave 2 low. So this projection will be invalidated if Novavax ever closes below 106. The theoretical stop loss, it's like 106, 107. This is a more this is a pretty volatile stock. It moves a lot, so theoretically you're gonna have to give this a little more room. But that is also, with higher risk comes higher reward, because we were expecting a massive swing into this wave 3 higher all the way to 258 in the next 4 to 5 months, so long as 106, 107 closes at the low. So we have our wave 1, ABC, with really nice reactions on the median of this pitchfork, and we are expecting that we are going to go back to the median of this pitchfork so long as 106 to 107 holds the low. A really nice declining volume, confirming all this is consolidation. I think we're definitely going to be breaking above the wave one high in the first half, in the beginning of 2021. Okay, and by mid 2021, definitely because that is the equal X target of wave one, placed at the wave two low. Finally, we look at Inovio Pharmaceuticals, very similar wave count and setup to Novo. You want to see these pharmaceuticals names, these vaccine names, they're all going to move together. It's not a coincidence that we're seeing, a wave 3 for Pfizer, a wave 3 for Johnson and Johnson, a wave 3 for Novavax, a wave 3 for, Inovio Pharmaceuticals, because they're all in the healthcare sector. The vaccine stocks are going to move together. The large cap, healthcare names like Johnson and Johnson and Pfizer are going to move together. That's why you monitor these sectors, because birds of a feather flock together. They play follow the leader. Moderna breaking out is, our clue that all these other vaccine stocks are going to also, have this similar wave count setup. So Moderna has already taken off. Novavax and Inovio Pharmaceuticals are going to get money from Moderna. Moderna is kind of acting as our leading indicator right now. We see for Inovio Pharmaceuticals a very similar wave count to Novavax, where you take the length of this wave one. We have our ABC correction, wave two. So you take the length of wave one and put it at the wave two low. You're going to have a target of 39. So this is a 6-month move. So since wave 3 is stronger and faster than wave 1, I think in the next 5 to 6 months, we are going to see 39 be reached for Inovio Pharmaceuticals, so long as 8.26 holds as the low. So we have our wave 1, just like Novavax. They have this wave 1 together. And then we have their ABC corrections. And then we are going to take the length of wave 1, and we're going to put it at the wave 2 low. And that is going to give us our conservative wave 3 target of 39 in the next 5 to 6 months. We have declining volume confirming our ABC consolidation. And if we take the beginning of wave 1 with a high of wave 1 and the low of wave 2, we have a really nice Andrews pitchfork setup with reactions on the median and reactions on the lower bound. So I expect that Inovio Pharmaceuticals is going to go back to the median of this pitchfork. It's going to go to the equal X target of 39 in 5 to 6 months. We also have some, reconnaissance from the options market, because we can see that on December 19th, Inovio Pharmaceuticals showed up on the bar chart straddle index. So this was letting us know that a large move was coming for INO. So this is saying that options are very cheap and a large move is coming. We have right here that this straddle screener is saying that if you were to have bought the 10.50 call and the 10.50 put, that options were so cheap, you would have a 68% probability of making a profit on a straddle. So that is letting us know that Inovio Pharmaceuticals has had a lot of consolidation. Option premiums are extremely cheap, and that it is ready for a large move. So it is going to go from a period of very low implied volatility to a period of very high implied volatility. And we're projecting with our wave count that this is going to be to the upside. So we have our wave 1, our ABC correction with really nice reactions on the median and lower bound of this pitchfork. We're going to go back to the median of this pitchfork. We are going to go to 39 in the next 5 to 6 months. Okay, one last thing we're going to do is look at Moderna and talk about how, some of this money from Moderna is going to flow in the same way that, money from Tesla will flow into, Apple and Microsoft, and, money from Google, is flowing into, in the future Facebook. We're going to see that Moderna is acting as our leading indicator for the healthcare sector. It's had its massive breakout to the upside. And now we're going to see as Moderna pulls back that some of this money is going to flow into other healthcare sector names. So we have our leading indicator, and then we have all these birds of a feather that are going to flock together. They're going to play follow the leader, and they're going to follow Moderna much higher.